The quiver tree. Scientific name. The quiver tree or Aloedendron dichotomum is probably the best known aloe found in South Africa and Namibia. The scientific name is Aloedendron dichotoma. Dichotomous means forked. Dichotoma refers to the forked branches of the tree. It was previously called Aloe dichotoma, but the tree aloes have recently been accorded a genus of their own. Distribution. The quiver tree is a tall, branching species of succulent plant, indigenous to southern Africa, specifically in the Northern Cape region of South Africa, and parts of southern Namibia. Some of the few examples of spontaneous forests of a quiver tree forest, about 14 kilometers north of Keetmanshoop, in Namibia and in the Northern Cape of South Africa at Ganabos. Uses. The quiver tree gets its English common name from the San people practice of hollowing out the tubular branches of this tree to form quivers for their arrows. The large trunks of dead trees are also hollowed out and used as a natural fridge. Water, meat and vegetables are stored inside it. The fibrous tissue of the trunk has a cooling effect as air passes through it, a so-called natural fridge. Cultivation. Successful cultivation of the quiver tree is limited to arid areas around the world. It is mainly cultivated for use in landscaping. The slow growth rate and relative rarity of the plant make it a particularly expensive specimen. It is also relatively difficult to keep outside of its natural habitat. In cultivation it requires extremely well-drained coarse mineral sand, preferably with some loam and bone meal to keep it active and growing. As the quiver tree mainly occurs in winter rainfall desert areas, full sun, good aeration, and extremely little water during the winter only, is essential. Insects and diseases. It is unusually prone to aphids and insect infections in between its leaves, and this is exacerbated whenever there is not full sun and constant fresh air movement. Indoor plants require frequent treatment for these pests. Fungicide can also be added occasionally, to protect from rot. Structure. This distinctive tree aloe has smooth branches, which are covered with a thin layer of whitish powder that helps to reflect away the hot sun's rays. The bark on the trunk forms beautiful golden brown scales, but beware, the edges of these scales are razor sharp. The crown is often densely rounded as a result of the repeatedly forked branches. The leaves are of the quiver trees about 5 centimeters broad at the base, and about 30 centimeters long. The quiver tree may reach an age of over 80 years and, under ideal condition, can grow up to 9 meters tall. Flowers. It has a striking appearance and yellow flowers in the summer. The young flower buds can be eaten and have a similar appearance and taste to asparagus. Sugar birds are drawn to these flowers in winter where they feed on the nectar produced by the flowers. Propagation. Plants can be grown from seeds planted in autumn in trays of coarse river sand. Truncheons can also be used for propagation. Truncheons must be dried out for at least 3 weeks before planting in river sand. This is quite a difficult alternative and success is not always guaranteed. Ecology. It provides food and shelter for many insects, mammals and birds. A common phenomenon in the branches of these trees is the huge communal nest of weavers that live and breed by the thousands. Here their young and unborn are safe from predators such as snakes and jackals. Protection. Aloedendron dichotomum is protected by law in South Africa, preventing the removing of plants from the wild or collecting of seeds without a permit.